A couple of years ago, our training division, we got a grant, and as a technology upgrade grant, and we were able to have workstations in our training division and our academy where each cadet and each officer has their own computer. And one of the reasons is we're trying to get away from paper. And we were able to put the handouts, we were able to put the post manual, the Louisiana Post Council, we were able to put that on there, and they could access it right there. And they could, anything they wanted to download, they could put on a thumb drive. So after doing that, through one academy, we discovered that the only paperwork, the only thing that we were having to do manually was create the weekly test and also grade the weekly test, which is very time consuming. So we started looking around for a testing program, and of course, we kept calling these other companies, and they were giving these outlandish prices, and plus there were so many limitations on what we can do and what they can do. One of the ones we found was a program that the company wanted around $250,000 to create this software, and then they had stipulations about how many tests we could do, how many questions. So, and plus the information that would be obtained through the testing would be kept on their server. So we would actually lose control of the information. So we contacted ADSi and told them what we were looking for. And ADSi came up and said, let us work on it, we'll get back with you. So it wasn't about 2 or 3 weeks later, ADSi called back and they said, look, we got something for y'all to look at. And what they came up with was exactly what we needed, because it allowed us to create our own test. And it was easy to do because we could actually copy and paste. We could copy from our current tests from the computer and paste them where the input was to put the questions, and then we picked the answers. One of the things we like the most about this program is, of course, the cost, but it's so easy to use, and that it goes hand in hand with the ADSi that we already have. So it goes straight to our training program, which we already have with ADSi. And it's something that we needed to get away from the paper, and we don't lose records, we don't lose tests, and we can maintain it in the training files. And so when we create a test, the student takes the test, it's immediately graded, and then as soon as they finish, it goes straight into their training file through ADSi. And the price that ADSi charged was just a small percentage of what we were going to have to pay for the other training programs. So we're very pleased with this training program. Once the student finishes the exam, it automatically grades the exam. The student knows right there on the spot whether they passed or failed. It sends the information to our academic training coordinator, and then it also sends it to their ADSi training file. We highly recommend this ADSi training program to anyone, to any agency that uses the ADSi record management program. It's exactly what we needed. It's what we asked for. It fits hand in hand with what we already have. The information is kept on our server. We're able to create the test for each block of instruction, and once it's done, it's done. We don't have to go back and redo it. So after the first couple of years, we'll have the information. If we need to change a question, if a law changes or a Supreme Court case comes out, we can actually go in and change that one question or the 2 questions. So it's time saving, but it's also it's what we needed for records management.